Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel. We have a good one for you guys here. Today we got the brand new Future Stars loading screen, so of course my investment guide is coming out for you guys. Now Future Stars was an interesting one last year because we didn't actually... The way the market reacted was very different. You know, we didn't see any just crazy like indicators right off the bat on you know what was good to invest in and stuff like that. So, you know, we are going to have to kind of go in. We're going to dig through Footbin last year. We're going to take a look at the Future Stars. We're going to take a look at specific cards that did well. And we're going to go through all of that as well as compared to this year. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up. As you guys saw right there, the loading screen, you know, did come out. It looks pretty good. There's not really any teasers at all, which is okay. We don't really need any crazy teasers. But, you know, as of right now, I gotta say, the one thing that I do remember last year from Future Stars is the cards that did very well to Future Stars were the ones that had direct links to those Future Stars. Now, if we go over here to Foot 20, we can take a look actually at the players that were all in Future Stars, and we can kind of compare, you know, what players did well. Now, I did post a predictions video out 2 days ago, so, you know, we're looking at those kind of players. But, you know, players that did well were guys that linked to these very meta cards, like João Felix, for example. There's a lot of, you know, decent links to him that did very well, including, you know, Cristiano and stuff like that, as well as, you know, a few of the Real Madrid players. A lot of those cards last year did very decent, because we did have Rodrigo, we did have João Felix, and we did have Valverde. So those were all very nice links. You know, and again, we want to find cards that have very good, you know, high skill moves, high weak foot, those kind of cards that'll do well. Now last year we did also have Mason Greenwood, we did have Martinelli, so you know, some of these cards did very good. We had Callum Hudson-Odoi, so we had a very nice promo. I'd imagine we're going to see something very similar, you know, to this team again. You know, this year we have a lot of, you know, potential really good Future Stars. We also did get that Daniel James, which a lot of people used. So again, we're going to kind of take a look at some cards, see how they all reacted, and just take a look at how the general market reacted to it last year. So Future Stars last year did drop a lot later. Actually, not really. They dropped about February 7th, which should be around the time. I think, what, the 5th will be Friday? So, you know, it's dropping actually around the same time. However, last year, Team of the Year ended much earlier than it did this year. So with that being said, we can, again, go into Foot 20 and take a look at a few of the players. Now, like any promo, buying these cards, you guys never want to do it on the first day. You always want to do it after the first weekend, during the weekend league sell-off. So that's something I would, you know, look to do. Don't just jump into these cards right away. It's the same deal with, you know, any other card this year. So first off, I know a lot of you guys are going to ask, the Team of the Year cards, how do they react to Future Stars? Now, again, you know, Team of the Year dropped a lot earlier last year, but during this, you know, Future Stars time, cards actually went up. We saw the Team of the Years did their best around this time. Now, again, like I said, they had been out of packs for a little bit longer. So what about, you know, kind of the gold cards? How were the gold metas going to do? And we could take a look at someone like Neymar last year, because he didn't have a Team of the Year last year. And, of course, this year, too. But how did the golds do when Future Stars dropped? So if we go down to around February here, you know, the majority of the market did very well after Team of the Year. You guys have to keep in mind, you know, majority of the market did well. Now, last year we did get quite a few left mids, you know, that were very good during the Future Stars promo. So as you can see here, and we'll zoom into the 1 month here, Neymar did very decent when Future Stars dropped. It was afterwards that he started to fall. So as you can see, he did get that initial rise from Team of the Year coming out. On the 7th, he did well. But then after around this time, he started to sell off a little bit more, and we saw eventually he really started to go down, especially because we did get Team 2 of Future Stars too, please keep in mind. So with that being said, you know, these golds will eventually start to die out, I think. I think golds are going to have a very tough time with Future Stars coming out, because with Team of the Year, we saw very good versions. These would have affected icons, which we really didn't see too much of an effect because the Team of the Years weren't up to par as they were last year, obviously. They are, you know, a lot worse now this year. But with that being said, this year, when we see Future Stars come out, those Future Stars cards are going to be very similar to a lot of gold cards and a lot of out-of-pack specials that aren't super good. So when you're looking to pick a card to invest in, you have to pick one that is going to be good in his own way, which is why I said out-of-pack specials should do very well. Because what happens with out-of-pack specials is there's no supply coming in. As you can see, with the second team, even a card like Salah started to die. So I'd imagine the golds are going to take kind of a decent hit after this promo. As you could see, you know, the hype came in, and around the 7th, we saw just a huge decline in this card, and it's because the future stars were just so much better. There's so many new alternatives to try out and stuff like that, that it's gonna bring the value of these gold cards down, plus all the supply we've been getting too. So the gold cards are something I would avoid. Now, we're gonna look at some of the out-of-pack specials from last year. We can take a look at like a Team of the Year run, and keep in mind with the out-of-pack specials, you may see a drop in some of the mid-tier ones from like 86 to 88, 89 rated. I'm talking about if you're going to invest, you want to invest in the top tier cards. So like a Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, like these informs that are at the top of their game. And I say this because, again, if you pick a card like Ben Yedder's, you know, his first inform that's 84, 86 rated, if you pick that card, there's likely going to be a future stars card that is better than that. And you can even see here with Ronaldo, he did actually decline after a while, but he did go up due to links right at the start. So as you can see at the start of Future Stars, you know, we saw him go up. And again, what we're investing in here is we're investing for that first day. We definitely don't want to hold any of these long term, just because, again, you're going to see so many new special cards come out. And, you know, these cards are all going to be just, it's hard to look long term. So just look at these first 2 weeks when Future Stars drops. As you could see on that 7th, you know, Ronaldo goes up in price, which is expected. You know, there's a lot of good links. He's a top tier card. People can link Future Stars to this top tier card. Then what happened is, you know, for the second team, he did fine. And then he started to drop off after. And again, like I said, don't pay too much attention because we did get other promos here that could have caused this. I don't remember the exact order, but I want to say we had Shapeshifters around this time coming out too. That Ronaldo was included in, so there was a little bit of a, you know, a new version coming out. But still, with that being said, we saw, you know, the top tier cards do well. So now if we go to Foot 20 and let's say we'll look up a mid-tier Team of the Week card, we can look up one of Ben Yedder's versions too, actually. So we go here, type his name in. We can take a look at like his first version or even his second version from, you know, this time. And what you're likely going to see is just a new, like, just new versions come out, and you're just going to see that decline. Now, again, if you get, like, some, like, really specific links, let's say we get a guy, and Footbin's down. I'm not loading the page, which is fine. It's okay, Footbin. Take your time, take your time, take your time. Okay. It's okay, that's okay. But, as I was saying, let's say, and I don't know, okay. That's okay. We don't need to use him for example. We can go onto the console. But let's just say there is a specific, you know, link that does well. Let's say we get a, you know, just some guy with a really, really poor league, and he doesn't have the most, you know, the greatest nation to link. For example, like the CSL players or the MLS players of this year. What you'll find is that you can actually invest in that specific link, and he'll do very well. We saw, you know, with, who was it? Vela this year. Vela had a spike, like a crazy spike, and this is very bright. He had a crazy spike where his price just went insane because he was the only card that linked to, you know, one of those MLS cards that came out or one of the Mexican cards that came out. Whatever it might be. So yeah, it's pretty simple. For the low budget guys, what I would look to invest in for you guys is maybe some of that fodder, man. It's starting to get really low, man. Looking at someone like PK, the 86s, the 85s, they've come down quite a bit just due to supply. I'd imagine, you know, as we get less and less supply heading in, you might actually end up seeing these cards go up a little bit more. As far as I'm aware, it looks like PK has gone up a little bit more. It looks like he's, what, around 30-ish K, probably a little bit less. But still, I think there's so much room for these kind of fodder cards to rise up. Reason why I say this is because, you know, at peak point, PK was like, you know, 36, 37K on Xbox. So I'd imagine, you know, if you can snipe them for low, you know, pick up some fodder over the week, because we still have a couple days until Future Stars drops. I'd imagine you'll find, you know, some easy profit in fodder cards. And that's really all I do for low budget. It's low budget is always easy stuff, guys. It's so easy. Anyways, that'll wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a thumbs up on it. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll answer as soon as I can. I'm excited for your future stars. It's probably one of my favorite promos in the game because we basically are going to get likely 2 teams, and we're looking at over 24 brand new players that are actually usable in the game. Again, if you guys didn't watch my prediction video, make sure you guys check it out. It was posted 2 days ago, so it shouldn't be that far back. Thank you guys again for watching. Till next time, peace.